Hi everyone, it's your boy Ricky here with Honeybee Stamps. I hope you're doing well today and thank you for being here. We are going to be making a card today using this awesome stamp set, the Falling Snow background stamp set, the Snow Family Like Ours stamp set with matching dies. We're also going to be using some white cardstock here, some black cardstock, or actually I'm sorry, navy blue cardstock, and a card base, and we're going to be using all these little goodies here along with some embossing powder, which I discovered later that this was not embossing powder, it was actually glitter, but I had a different idea once I found out. And then we have some essentials there that we're going to be using. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and get the stamps laid out onto the Mini Misti here. This tool is probably one of the best tools there is for card making. But we're going to go ahead and get all these little things placed onto the paper here so that we can go ahead and get them stamped out. I will be doing some Copic coloring today on this. I'm going to get the magnet placed onto the paper here. I'm going to condition the stamps by rubbing my hand across them. I always do this with new stamps so that the ink sticks better to it. We're going to be using some intense black ink by Honeybee Stamps here to go ahead and get this stamped out. Make sure you get good coverage here. We're going to rub that out and make sure that it gets a good imprint here. And then we're going to go ahead and get the crisp images, and I'm going to do some Copic coloring off screen, and you'll be able to see what that looks like later on in the video. The next thing we're going to do is stamp out the sentiment. I just took a sentiment from the actual stamp set that says Snow Family Like Ours, and I'm doing the same thing, conditioning it with my hand. I'm going to stamp it out really good and then go ahead and place that onto here as well. We get a pretty good impression here. I let it sit there on the paper for a little bit just to make sure that the ink goes all the way in there. Now, this is the navy blue cardstock that we are going to be using to make this card, or the background. And originally I told you that I did this and I used the heat gun to melt the embossing powder, and then everything just flew off the piece of paper. And that's because, you guys, I poured glitter onto the cardstock and not embossing powder with glitter. So anyway, I had to redo it. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and stamp this up with some embossing ink. Make sure you get some good coverage onto the stamp here. And we're going to rub that, and we're going to rub it some more. And then I'm going to take this cloth that's really dirty and this jar that's here, and I'm going to take that and rub that all around and get it a good impression, because background stamps can be a little iffy sometimes when you're doing that. So we have the embossing powder here, or I'm sorry, we have this embossed. Now we're going to put some embossing powder onto the cardstock here, and then that's when I realized, oh, I was doing glitter, and then I double checked the container here, and this is embossing powder. So I'm going to go ahead and get that spread all across the card panel here, shake off the excess, and we're going to go ahead and heat emboss this. Took a few minutes. We're not going to do it on camera because that gets boring. But anyway, that's what it looks like before it's heat embossed. And then this is what it looks like after it's done. Pretty amazing. I love how it looks on that navy blue. It looks amazing. It's like gold and green and pinkish. It's amazing, you guys. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and get these images cut out that I Copic colored off screen. We're just going to be using the matching dies as well. I decided to do a little rainbow tree because why not? It's non-traditional, and you know, it'll pop on the back of that, or on the front of that snowflake background that we have. We're gonna go ahead and put these little guys through the die cutting machine, and once those come out, we'll start actually putting the card together. And this card pretty much came together in about 37 minutes. After I took out the mistake that I had. But so here we go. I am cutting this down to 4 by 5 1/4 so that I can have a frame around the card once I get this placed onto the card base. And I forgot that I had adhesive on the back of this, removal adhesive, so it's getting stuck in the trimmer there, you guys. All right, so here is all the pieces to the card. We're gonna go ahead and start getting this put together. I'm gonna use some Honeybee Stamps precision tip glue here to go ahead and get this placed onto the card base. This tube is getting a little empty. I had to squeeze it a little tight, but we did get some glue out of it. We need to get some more. And we're gonna lay that down onto the card base. Perfect. I didn't get my head in the shot. How is it even possible that this is even? I don't know how it works. But anyway, we're gonna put some 3M foam tape on the back of all the items that are gonna go on to the card. And then we'll start placing them onto the card as we get to taking off the backing off of each item. So here we go. We're going to start putting these guys together, and then pretty much the card will be done after the sentiment is placed onto the card. I did lay these out a little bit to make sure that everything was going to fit where it needed to be. Everything was going to be happy and all that great stuff, and everything did fit. We're going to go ahead and put the star on there. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here and watching this video. I truly appreciate it. Make sure you head over to Honeybee Stamps and check out all their good items over on their website. You can also check them out over on Instagram and check out other videos here on YouTube. You can also find me on Instagram and YouTube by searching for Bromero Cards. Make sure you head over to their website and check out all the latest greatest from the release. It's super cute. And I hope you guys enjoy this card. We're going to go ahead and put the sentiment on it. And then once the sentiment is placed onto the card, it's pretty much done, you guys. So you guys have a great week. I'll talk to you later, and bye.